Hey everyone, it's Keely here for Soy and Shea, and thank you so much for joining me for another soap making video. We are doing another one of the Christmas soaps this year, and I'm going to be doing Wishing It Was Cold Outside. And the name behind this came up because each year I struggle to do Christmas soaps, and I think a lot of it comes down to the fact that for Christmas we associate it with snowflakes, snowmen, hot fires, and all those sort of real Christmas icons. And yet here in Australia, that is not what Christmas is about. Christmas is about a roasting hot day, sitting in front of the aircon or by the pool with a glass of bubbles. It is so completely opposite to how all the merchandise comes out for Christmas, but we still expect to see all of our merchandise with that traditional style of Northern Hemisphere Christmas items. So I wanted to do a snowflake soap, but was really struggling with the idea of it. And I was scrolling around on something and I saw a picture of some marshmallows done in the style of melted snowmen, and I kind of thought that is exactly what I want to do with my soap. So I made myself some little Snowman Head, and I made up a design to hopefully make them look like they were melting, and came up with the name Wishing It Was Cold Outside. Let's go and see how I make it. Okay, so we're ready to start making our soap today. I've got my oils and my lye water down to room temperature. We are going to have a lot going on today with this soap. We will be doing some soap dough embeds, we'll be doing some sculpting, and I also have some embeds to go on the top of this one. So let's get all this mixed up. Alright, so now that we've got that mixed up, we're going to split this off for a little bit of white in this one here. Not too much, but that will do. So we'll put into that one some titanium dioxide. And then into my bigger pot here, I want this to be a blue base. So I have got some Cool Vista, which is a nice pale blue. Pop that in there. We do actually need even though this one's, I want it to be a pale colour, you do need a fair bit of this one to get a nice colour out of it. And then in there as well, because I want this to have that real snowy sort of effect, I'm going to put in some of this Blizzard mica too. So let's put in a good dash of that. Might put it in with the titanium dioxide too, so we get a nice sparkly soap. Get these ones mixed in. Let's do our white first. And for the fragrance today, I have got Sparkling Snowflake from off of Rustic Essentials. I bought this one in for last year's soaps and still had some left. It's got bright notes of raspberry in there with a little bit of bergamot, and it's finished off with peppermint and dark chocolate. And it's just, to me, it's such a lovely, clean, fresh sort of Christmas fragrance. It really does well for Australia. I forgot this one rices. I knew it was a naughty one. I thought it just accelerated, but it does rice as well. So let's get that stick blended in. Alright, so yes, that's made that come out. My white is thickening up. I do actually remember it giving me a little bit of grief last year when I used it, but I remember it also being quite workable as well. So all I've done there is I've poured all of my white in here. I don't want to save any of that back. I'm going to grab up my mold here and pour good part of this in here, and then over here, I have some soap canes here which I've made with some soap dough, and these are snowflakes, and I've made these using the I Dream in Soap extruder, and I've used the really big extruder tool to make sure that I get the right length for this. Let's get that popped in there like that. Hopefully all the gaps are filled up. So that was a small one. I have another, actually we'll leave that one. I have one of the big ones as well. Let's push that one in like so. Pour some more of this on the top. Not worried if they move, not like when I do my constellation ones. Let's get this one in, and I need to make sure that this one is pushed far enough down that when I do my sculpted layers I'm not going to disturb it. Let's get that one in. Finish pouring this soap in, then I'll give it a few moments just to set up and we'll be back to sculpt the top layer. Alright, so now that's set up, we're going to use our Wickedly Shaper tool, and I have got the drips here, and I'm going to use this end. It is dirty because I was trying to get my little clips that I've got on the end here in the right place, so I can simply push that down, let my tool then rest on top of the mold, and then as I pull that through I know it's going to stay nice and even the whole way through, and I'm just pulling that towards me. Ooh. Hopefully I'm not taking away too much. No, we should be right. This excess that I've got coming up on here, I'm going to pop into my little mold, and then we'll end up with some little giveaway soaps as well. Okay, so now that we've got all the drips in there, let's do the top bit of soap here. So I've got a little bit more. I'm going to pour my lye water in. I'm also going to add my titanium dioxide in now because that is all I'm using on this one, and also a little bit of the blizzard mica just to keep that shine coming through. We'll get it mixed in, and then I'm going to pour it onto the top of that soap. I'm not going to add any fragrance oil into this one because I need it to look kind of runny. So I quite clearly underestimated how much soap I was actually scraping off there. So I did have to make up a little bit more of the white soap, but it is looking good. I'm giving it a good spritz with some blizzard mica, and just because it is all about snow, we'll put some biodegradable sparkle on here as well, and then we'll grab the embeds I've made to go on the top of this one. And these, oh, they don't look very good from there, are my little embeds. I've just made some little snowman head to make them look like they are melting down into the soap. Hopefully I haven't made them too big. We will find out when we go to cut them. So I'm going to take my gloves off to do this bit just because I do find it much easier to do. Just going to grab one of my little snowmen, and I am going to pop him onto the side like so. And we might have to do it. Oh, I think I have made their hats too big. Let's see if we can scrunch them down a little, and we might have to do them so they go one on each side. These little scarves just being buried. There we go. Kind of manipulate them so that they go in, and I'll probably have to use a single bar cutter on these just to make sure we can cut around them nice and safely. Oh no, I miscounted how many little snowman head I was making. I was so busy actually filming a little video to go up on Instagram. I must have just completely and utterly miscounted it. So I will only be having 17 bars of this little snowman soap. There will be an end one that will have some, we'll have the snowflakes on the inside, but we'll be missing the little snowman head. That is such a shame. What I'm doing here, when I extruded the snowflakes, I had a little bit of extra, so I cut them up into some little individual ones, and I'm just decorating the top with a couple of those extra snowflakes here. Now, I couldn't do it. I had to just very quickly go and make myself another snowman head. My OCD just could not bear the thought of having one soap that was not correct. So we now have a little head for all of our soaps. I'm going to finish popping these on, and then I'm going to bring you down for a closer look. So here it is up close. Those snowmen, all 18 of them, are looking super cute and very melted. I'm going to leave this one sit overnight, then we'll be back very shortly and we'll cut it open and have a look. Okay, I am ready to cut into Wishing It Was Cold Outside. Don't those snowmen look so adorable melting in there? They've had a lot of comments while they've been sitting there on my side doing its thing for the last 24 hours, because I generally leave my soaps sitting on the bench so people can see what soaps I've been working on and what is coming up. So let's get cut into these. I am, as I said, going to use that single bar cutter so that hopefully we don't get too much damage. There is a little bit of shaving on his hat, but at least this way we don't knock any off. And oh my goodness, look at that! That is absolutely perfect, just how I wanted it to come up. That little snowflake is just popping out of the little drip, and there is a little snowman all melted on the top. I am loving the color of this one and all those wisps of white going through it as well. I am so super happy with it. He's super, super cute. I think that's going to be the word for this video, is super. So let's get this next one cut through as well. I'm going to get just a little bit on his hat. Let's see if we can bend the wire just slightly around the hat. This is going to take me a while to cut. Missed his scarf, and through we go. But this is going to be well worth it, because just look at that little snowman sitting on there. He's so cute. And there we have it, with our little snowflakes. The snowflakes fallen down just a little bit more there. I am in love with this soap. He's just come up perfectly. When I was actually sitting and thinking about this soap, I was trying to work out what to do. You know, it is one of those things, for Christmas you're expected to do that snowflake soap and the snowman and everything else, but it's just too hot here to do them. So I really wanted something that kind of reflected here, and that I was getting all ready to do a standard snowflake soap when the idea struck me. I don't know where I was on something where there were pictures showing. I honestly can't remember, and they were little marshmallows that I saw, and they were melted snowmen in the marshmallows, and it was like, bingo, that is exactly what I want to do with my soap. So I quickly came into the shop that day, I made up my little snowman head, and here we have our little melted snowman soap. I hope you have enjoyed watching how I made my Wishing It Was Cold Outside soap. If you did, why not leave me a thumbs up and any comments down below. And if If you want to see what this soap is going to look like once it's finished its cure, I'm pretty sure it stays white with that fragrance oil, come and follow along with me over on Instagram, and I will post pictures of it when it is ready. And there is also a quick little reel video of how I made the little snowman head as well. So I hope you have enjoyed watching, and until the next video comes out, I hope you have a great one, and I will see you then. Bye.